I'm gonna be honest with you two fellas. I knew the way this was gonna go probably after maybe the first sentence of the prosecution. So, in that way, I'm gonna cut the fluff, as they say. You are.
Please. Your Honor, I have brought Nessy here for selling Tree-50 blowjobs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We all know Nessy got that long throat to suck down some trouble.
The true throat go.
We'll see.
I went up to her and she's like, I'm offering blowjobs. And I said, well, how much? And he said, well, about Tree-50.
You're a prosecutor.
I gotta present my card. Alright, and my first set of evidence is this energy drink by the beach. You need a lot of energy for that cheap at blowjobs, Your Honor. And it's got Nessy's DNA all over it.
What say you, defendant?
The defendant says that just because you drink energy drinks doesn't mean you're giving blowjobs out to everybody for Tree-50. But I will also push out this used bullet casing that matches the bullet that the prosecutor himself has for his gun. Why was the prosecutor's gun near the beach of Nessy, who claims that she needs to give the Tree-50 blowjobs on the said beach?
Your Honor, I was just out there shooting some targets, and then I was like, what are you doing out here, Nessy? And she's like, offering BJs. And I said, well, how much? And she said, well, about Tree-50, Your Honor.
Well, order in my court. I will actually. The prosecutor has said that Nessy did offer him subjectal stuff before. Can you prove that, prosecutor?
Why, yes, I can, Your Honor, because I lost a shoe there, and I'm sure it's still there where Nessy resides.
Well, Nessy resides right in my courtroom, as you can see. She's right over there.
And I don't see a shoe.
I don't see no shoe near me.
I said my shoe was lost in the presence of Nessy's outer home of said beach, which is public land, might I add.
Oh, all right. I understand that. So at the location at accomplishment, you lost your shoe from curling your toes too tight due to Nessy's glucky sucker. Now we shall go on to the defendant.
The defendant
can push that away.
The defendant thus pulls up this disturbing email from the prosecutor saying, I'm going to go to Nessy's beach and threaten her with my gun, which I'm going to fire upon said beach until she gives me a Tree-50 blowjob.
Your Honor. Your Honor. Your Honor, I first approached her because while I was at that beach, I was like, Nessy, what are you doing here? And before the Tree-50 blowjob conversation, she's like, I'm out here selling phone chargers. And I was like, well, how much is the phone charger? And she goes, about Tree-50. And I go, what? Tree-50? but I needed a phone charger to charge my gun.
To
And-
charge your gun. What?
And it was damaged. And I was like, well, what else are you doing out here? And she's like, giving blowjobs. And then I was like, well, how much? And she said, about Tree-50.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. From I move to have this be said to the courtroom that this man not only has accused Nessy of said things, but he has changed his story multiple times, saying, well, actually, before I said this,
Your
I
Honor,
said
just
this.
added to the story, not changed it.
He has changed it. He said first that he was firing rounds, and the first thing he said to her was, what are you doing out here? But now he says that that was the second thing he said to her.
Very true.
Your Honor, I may have mixed the order of questions, but now I'm certain.
And I will play this, Your Honor. Stuck chewing gum, which was stuck within Nessy's neck so that she could not be giving Tree-50 blowjobs in the day of time.
Because the bullet wound, she had to plug the hole with gum. Shut the fuck
Your Honor, I have great
No,
evidence.
shut the fuck up, hold on. I'm gonna pause. Alright, recapping. Recapping quickly.
Okay.
The prosecutor charged Nessy of the energy drink so she could get powered up to suck down cum. The defendant says he found the used bullet because Nessy was shot at. The lost shoe shows the prosecutor was there to get his dick sucked. The prosecutor soliciting Nessy. The damaged phone charger places Nessy's first business and why the prosecutor was there in the first place. And the stuck gum down Nessy's throat proves prosecutor.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
What
Your
the
Honor.
fuck, dude?
Go on. Yes.
It's a
sure,
go-
yeah.
Your Honor. This gathering of police officers had a preference of what flavored gum she was using when doing the sucky of the Tree-50 blowjob.
It wasn't methanol.
You know, it was actually the zebra stripes, and she just had to, like, every 5 seconds of sucking, just put a new piece in. It was crazy. It was a crazy sight. That's when I started shooting my gun.
That's weird here. It just says stuck chewing gum, not stuck chewing boulder. That's strange, but continue with
Not stuck chewing boulder.
Yeah, and then that's how it got lodged back there too. You know,
Oh, that
some of
makes more
them
sense.
pigs are really, really hanging.
really loaded that musket, really.
The defendant would like to say that
Alright, defendant, go
if
on.
this is true, then why aren't the officers here today to claim this? It is only you, the man who the defendant is counter prosecuting for
Well,
threatening to kill her unless you gave her a Tree-50 blowjob.
well, they're probably out looking for other cheaper blowjobs. This is absurd.
I have
Nessy.
this.
Tree-50.
I have yet another piece of evidence of a cut cable. It did not just any cable. It was the phone cable. It was Nessy's home phone cable was cut by said prosecution to stop her from calling 911 when threatened by this man's gun for a Tree-50 blowjob.
Defend yourself, prosecution.
That was a lot to unravel.
It really wasn't. Keep going.
It really wasn't, but okay.
You ever seen the movie Click?
Yeah, keep going.
I
Oh,
feel like
love
they're
Adam
fucking
Sandler.
with the timelines here. And I rest my case.
Your Honor, may I say that the remote,
No, you fucking can't.
Come on.
Let me get this straight, little buddy. No, we're on official court. Let me get this straight. So you're saying that they somehow found a magical universal remote, and it is allowing them to do Japanese porn stuff.
Well, have you ever seen the movie? They fucking speed through the boring parts. They realize that it's actually important. They learn a lesson. They go back in time. They know what the future's ahead of them. They can already see it.
That's a fair argument. I mean, it's not really.
They're going back in
applicable, I
time
don't
and changing the events. Is it still Tree-50? That's what I want to know. I rest my case.
think. All right, defendant.
Your Honor, I claim objection for this remote, whom the prosecution has brought into the courtroom, is just a universal remote, meaning that it can be used upon other pieces of TV. It is not a remote from the movie Click. It is just a
Don't you
remote
deny
for like a
Adam Sandler.
Roku
He is a
TV.
magician.
It is universal.
I would like for the defendant's clause to be claimed.
I would
If
like-
you use
I
it-
would like
whoa,
to-
Whoa, defendant, shush.
Ow.
Prosecutor, show the use of the universal remote in such a way that you claim.
Alright, well, I can't use it. Nessy's in control of it, and he has to talk to Christopher Walken or something. I don't know. There are a few steps. You want to take the trip to Bed Bath & Beyond real quick?
I'm gonna call that universal remote claim stricken from the record.
Ah, that's bullshit.
It was not provable, so it shall be removed. Now, continue on with
Your
your
wife's hot.
final
You should have been there, Nessy.
What?
I'm leaving that on the record. Defend yourself.
The defendant would like to call upon her spouse as witness. And the defendant or the defendant shall also call upon this sleeping bag, which
Well, this is getting
which
awkward.
the prosecution himself tied Nessy's spouse within the sleeping bag so that he could not escape while he was threatening Nessy with his gun in their own beach for a Tree-50 blowjob.
Could he watch though?
I mean, he couldn't help it. He was tied in within a sleeping bag.
Well, ask him. He's here. Why don't you
Yes.
ask him, Judge?
Could you watch this
In the
sucky of your
In
wife
the
blowing
spot
the
in which he
prosecutor?
put me, he propped me up in a chair, tied me within the sleeping bag, and then tied me with the said cord of the
Bullshit.
phone cord, and he was making me watch everything. He kept saying, "Look at me, you cock! You're gonna watch me get a Tree-50 blowjob from Nessy."
All right, enough witness. Prosecutor, cross-examine and defend yourself, please, for the love of God. We're on public TV.
If we will recall the, we don't have a scribe. If we had a scribe, we could recall his words that she was in fact on the beach giving the Tree-50 blowjobs. He just admitted it, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Fair enough. Get out of here.
Wait, I wish to, there was a question.
He
Quick
said,
question.
while I held him down and cuckolded him, which we are not on trial for that right now, while she was out giving the Tree-50 blowjobs.
No, you said, now watch as I get a Tree-50 blowjob from your wife, Nessy.
No, you said it was while she was out giving them.
No, that's not what I said.
I was just gonna let this play out until you two started fist fighting, but it seems civil enough to me.
I can't walk over there.
Fair enough, little sock man. I say I do declare. Prosecutor, what is your final statement? I'm gonna get rid of that. Little prosecutor, what is your final statement on the cold case?
Your Honor, she was first seen littering, might I add, with the energy drinks. It takes a lot of energy for all those cops, you know. And she's got to uphold her cuckold husband And so, she needs a lot of money. Yes, yes, yes. Um, my lost shoe proves that I was there, and with the showcasing. And, with the damaged charger, just like I said, I walked up to Nessie and I was like, "What are you doing out here? Selling phone chargers?" And I said, "Well, how about much?" And she said, "Well, about Tree-50." And it was damaged. And I'm like, "That's absurd." And then she was selling, you know what else she was selling? Blowjobs.
Oh,
For how much?
350.
350.
Oh, all right,
You
all
know,
right.
and
More to say.
the cops were into it and lodged gum down her throat with their penises. I rest my case, Your Honor.
All right. That's strange enough, but continue defend it with your final Samson.
Your Honor, we are here today for the blaming of Nessie of basically prostitution and handing out Tree-50 blowjobs. But I have given you today the used boiler casing, which was said by the defendant that he did have a gun upon him. Am I correct on saying that?
I
So-
had 3 on me.
So
Let's
he
correct
had
that.
he had several guns upon him, way more than a man needs to on a stroll on a beach. He had a disturbing email upon his own email saying that he was going to threaten. That he was going to threaten Nessie with said gun unless he gets a 350 blowjob. We
I
have
mean, Your
Tree-50.
Honor,
Tree-50. I'm sorry, Tree-50 blowjob.
Tree-50 is a lot for a blowjob.
Tree-50
Let's
blowjob.
all be real.
And
So that's reasonable to get mad about, but continue.
and then we have the stuck chewing gum, which was lodged within Nessie's throat, for she could not have been giving Tree-50 blowjobs. And we also have the cut telephone cable caused by this man to stop Nessie from calling the police, to stop him from threatening her to get a Tree-50 blowjob. And finally, last but not least, we have the sleeping bag and the witness whom we called her spouse to come in and speak against this man, that he tied the man up within the sleeping bag, propped him up, and threatened Nessie with a gun for a Tree-50 blowjob and tried to cuckold her husband.
Might I add, she still has the remote from clicking.
Come on, man. Remove from record.
So I call for the jury and the honorable judge to please give non-guiltiness to Nessie and immediately begin court against the prosecution.
Get that hussy out of here.
I say. Roller coaster of sludge. Not even a judge and jury kind of thing. I'm gonna be honest with you two fellas. I knew the way this was gonna go probably after maybe the first sentence of prosecution. So, in that way, I'm gonna cut the fluff, as they say. You are guilty, prosecutor.
Yeah.
The prosecutor's guilty.
The prosecutor is guilty of soliciting, and hunting down prostitution and not
Sentenced to burp the alphabet at every court session.